the tandem read. We are doing it. So, if you don't know, these are books 5 and 6 of the Throne of Glass series, Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn, and it is recommended, but not necessary, that you tandem read these both. Basically, that just means, like, you know, you'll read a certain section of this book and then a certain section of this book, and you just kind of flip-flop back and forth to move the story forward, because both are taking place at the same time. I'm personally doing it as kind of like a little challenge. I've never done a tandem read before, so I thought this was kind of like an interesting way to read the book, and I kind of like the fast pace and a lot of different POVs, so that's why I'm doing this. But on that same note, if you don't like a lot of different POVs at the same time and it can get confusing, then I would recommend like reading, you know, one book fully and then the other. I am told lots of stuff happens in these books. This one, I need to be prepared for my heart to be ripped from my chest, and I don't know if I can take it because I'm pretty sure I've already shed tears at like all the other books in the series. There will probably be spoilers in this book or in this video, but I will like overlay something that says like spoiler in 3, 2, 1, so you know. But also, if you have not read these books, then I might click off of this video because I need someone to talk about these books with, and there's just like no one in my personal life who's currently reading these books. So I need to talk to someone, even if for now it's my camera and then later on it's us in the comments. I still need to talk to someone. So yeah, let's get to it. I am all cozy in bed, ready to start. Sorry, I have my night guards in. So according to the guide, I am supposed to read the first 5 chapters of Empire of Storm. And I probably will not read all 5 chapters tonight. I might. Depends on what's going on, what's happening. Prologue, don't like it. Don't like it at all. No. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, okay. This is my little diary just on my phone. Finished chapters 1 through 5 of Empire of Storms, and now it's on to chapter 1 of Tower of Dawn, and then I move back to Empire Storms. End of chapter 5. No. No. I feel like because I know that Empire Storms has this like huge emotional rip your heart out, don't sleep for days, I'm like panicked reading. So I am on chapter 9 of Tower of Dawn, and I know a lot of people say they do not like this book because it obviously does not have, okay, Siri went off for some reason. It obviously does not have, like, spoiler, Aelin in the story, like, not directly, and it just follows, again, spoiler, Chol and Nesrin. Also, I say Chol, I've also heard it's supposed to be pronounced Cole or Kale. I'm going to say Chol. Sorry. And the first chapter was definitely slow. And I was like, okay, I kind of see why people aren't really into this book. But even 8 chapters in, I'm like, so far much more an emotional journey than maybe like the physical journey that is happening currently in this book, even though I'm like 14 chapters into this one. And I'm assuming something is going to happen and the action's really going to be picked up. But I'm really enjoying this almost like break. But there's still something going on versus like this, which you can just feel is just like heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak, like coming like so much. And this is just kind of like a little breath of fresh air. And I'm so far enjoying this. We will see. Again, I am nowhere near the end of either of these books. But yeah.
You're dreaming about somebody else. Now I'm feeling like
So
I'm
I've
wasting
been
my time.
reading
I think
like
I'm losing my
pretty
mind.
steady for the past few days, feeling like I haven't been really making any progress. And then I looked today and I am more than halfway done with Tower of Dawn according to like the reading schedule that I'm on. Again, I don't know why people hate this book. It's really good. I don't know why people hate it. And I'm currently on chapter 33 of Empire of Storms. Again, terrified. And I have now reached the section where we just read like 20 chapters of Empire of Storms altogether. And I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm just very nervous for what is going to happen. Okay. No. 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 Okay. Just finished. I can't even talk. Just finished chapter 38 of Empire of Storms. And look, I've been waiting for it. We've all been waiting for it. Finally. Oh my god, I'm so... But also, in the back of my mind, I was just thinking, like, all the sand, the beach, like, no one... We couldn't conjure up a towel or something to lay on. We're just there, letting it get everywhere. Just giving us that. I feel like things are gonna go poorly soon.
But I can't help but feel like we don't love the way that we used to. You tell me all your secrets while you sleep, but you don't know that.
Yo, this little part, chapter 53, Empire of Storms, where Rowan, Gabrielle, and Fenris are talking about Manon and Aelin. I mean, literal and like figurative queens. Like, we love them. Okay. Super intrigued, but also scared because then they start talking about how Maeve wants to torture Aelin. It's like, I want to finish this series like so bad, like right now. Just read through it all, but I also still want to savor it a little bit, even though this is not the last book. And the last book is like 900 pages or something. I don't know. It's like I want to know, but I also don't want to know. It's very complicated. I think I realize I don't know how many people are in an army. Because in the chapters before, when Lorcan was like, Elid, run, there's an army, I was picturing like 100. This is 500. they're like, I'm like, they're not gonna make it. I mean, obviously there's this and a whole ass other book. But yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know how many things make up an army. And maybe it changes. But 500 is a hell of a number. I'm at the last 100 pages of like each of these books. And before we, finish this out, last closing thoughts, here is everything that has been going through my mind up until this point. 1, I am really enjoying this book. I know I said this earlier. I don't understand why people are hating so much on this book. Like, I understand it obviously doesn't have like the main character in it, but there is still so much going on here. Spoiler, the spider scene with Nesrin? Okay, like literally did not see that coming at all. That was such like a good twist. What I will say is I was definitely like ride or die for Chol and Selena / Aelin. Like, I was sad kind of when she got together with Rowan because I really liked Chol. Like, I wanted them to really work, but he is also bugging the shit out of me. Like, and even Dorian did this in the beginning, like, she kills people. She's literally an assassin. Like, I understand the moral argument, but it's like, that's her job. Like, that's her bag. As far as you knew, she was just like this random girl found on the streets, like, in this time period. Like, what else is a girl supposed to do besides like become an assassin or a courtesan? And even in what chapter am I on in this book? 56, so 55, when Irene's like, I am going in and we're gonna blast through this, and then it's all about Selena / Aelin. That was like, there was a part of me that was like really annoyed, because I'm just kind of like, get over it, bro. Like, and just like all this like self-loathing, but then obviously the self-loathing in me was like, yeah, I kind of get it. Like, you want to blame everybody else except yourself. And even when you blame yourself, you want to like stay in that like victim mentality, but not really. Like, my relationship with Troll is like very complicated. Also, like, I'm all for him and Irene, but like, I was kind of like, all right, this like smut scene, whatever, I don't know. I was just like not as like, yes, Aelin and Rowan finally, I was just like, all right, we're just reading this, like, it's whatever. Here, totally forgot who Ansel was for like a good majority of it. I was like, and the whole story. So I read Assassin's Blade as the second book, which I know is like in neither order. That's just how I read it. If it's been a while since you read Assassin's Blade, I might read up on it again. Mirror thing, I have no clue what to think of that, because the mirrors, right, were what, like, Madden's grandmother were building too. Like, I still don't really understand the whole mirror situation, and now this witch mirror that's, like, showing her the memory of Elena. And even the whole lock scene with the sarcophagus and all of that, still kind of confused. And should I just keep reading and maybe it'll make more sense? Or is this all the explanation and then I need to, like, look up on my own, like, what the hell is going on? Oh, Manon and Dorian. So for, like, the, like, forbidden romance of it all. And I don't know when this flipped in my mind. I don't know if anyone else relates to this. But, like, I forgot Dorian was a player. Like, a playboy. Right? Because in Throne of Glass, he's definitely painted as, like, the playboy. And then, I guess, because they break up, and then he's very, like, nice with Sorsha, right? Like, he's very kind. Like, they have a very kind, loving romance. And then he's obviously, like, locked in with the collar that, like, it's all lost. So then, in this, and he's, like, oh my goodness, like, top of his game with Manon. And maybe it gets, like, played up more because of, like, Manon's, like, bad girl attitude, and he, like, wants to play into it, right? He doesn't want a girl that's so easily broken. But I really forgot that. And even when I see like fan edits and they draw Dorian as like a man, I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. I thought he had like a more boyish face, and then like a lot of them draw him as like super manly. So definitely every time like one of their scenes comes up, it is like, okay, now kiss. And we did get that scene. We did get that scene finally. So that's just a little musing. I'm thinking I will be able to finish all of this in like today, by today, in a few hours. So if not today, then tomorrow. Okay, so it is much later in the day. I wanted to get a lot of stuff done so I could make sure that I could just focus on finishing these 2 books. So it's currently 7:34, and let me see. So in Tower of Dawn, on page 575, and this goes up to 663. So almost 100 pages in this left. And then 609, Empire Storms. And that ends on 689. So actually only 80 pages left. So 180 pages. I think I can read around... oh, that doesn't make any sense. Like, probably around... probably like 50 pages an hour. So 2.5 hours of reading, and I should be able to get through with this if my math is right, which it could be very wrong. So we will check back in, but I have my water and I have my snacks, and we're gonna finish the series, even though I don't want it to be over because we still have to wait until Kingdom of Ash. Because the library, like, I take it out from the library, and, you know, it's not in my, like, holds yet, or it's not in my loans yet. And, like, if I just feel like this really leaves on a cliffhanger, I might literally go out tomorrow and buy Kingdom of Ash. Support your local libraries, though. I have read most of the series through my library. I just felt with the Tandem read, it would just be a bit more difficult digitally than in physical copies. Okay. I have not finished yet. So, right, like, I kind of knew this was coming because of just some spoilers I've seen, you know, on TikTok, on Pinterest, looking up Aelin and Rowan. I've seen some things, so I knew. Still, it's obviously still super sad. And heartbreaking, and I get it. I get why people say their soul and their heart was ripped out of their chest. Don't give me borrowed time. All of that cute, like, you should, no, all of that for this? Sorry. I know that is so pessimistic and, like, gross. Kind of like, oh, so this is how good it was, and now spoiler, strapped in an iron cage by, well, they don't know it, but a Val Queen. No. No, thank you. I'd rather just, but just one girl's opinion. Okay. What? When did this happen? I said I knew. I said I kind of knew, so it was a little sad, but... Oh my god. And I don't know why that, like, makes such a difference. Oh my god. Did I miss something? No, right? Like, no one knew, right? Like, this was secret? Oh my god. Not Aiden, Young, and Lysandra. Oh my god, I thought that one part with... I am not well. Oh my god. Alright, what freaking time is it? Oh my god. 9:15. Okay, so that took me like an hour and a half. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. Like, literally out of breath. The whole Lysandra Aylin thing, crying. Like, I don't know why it made me cry so much, but like that part really made me cry. I really did want to finish this tonight, but I feel, like I said, pretty exhausted. So I think I'm going to save this for tomorrow. Officially finished the tandem read of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, and oh my goodness, I made a quick TikTok last night talking about my feelings when I finished up this book, and I had a few comments saying, you are not ready for Kingdom of Ash. And I have to say, you're probably right. I'm very scared to go into Kingdom of Ash for many reasons. The first obviously being like, you kind of know where it's headed, and you, like, I don't want that to happen. And just everything else that is just like so set up so nicely to potentially have your heart ripped out. This morning I finished Tower of Dawn, and as you saw in that clip, my reaction to that twist that I certainly did not see coming was crazy, and I think just like made the book so much better. If Nesrin does not like become a princess, a queen, I will riot. I think she deserves that. I don't know, I just, she plays a very minor role in the previous books. You kind of don't like pay too much attention to her, and then slowly she starts having a more important role, and then she takes on this role to like find herself and her own thing, and it's just like this beautiful little story inside this whole other story that I don't know, I love that for her. Well, I assume if you're watching this video that you've probably already read these two books, because There's obviously spoilers that I've been talking about in here. So I'm just going to talk about my experience doing the tandem read rather than like if you should do the tandem read. But if you're just watching this and you don't know to do the tandem read or not, listen to like why I chose to, and then just know yourself as a reader. I really think that's what it comes down to. I thought it sounded like a fun challenge. I had never done a tandem read before. I don't even really like to read 2 books at the same time. I like to read one completely through and then the other. 2 things like pro non-tandem would be each book gets its time in the spotlight, and you get to be immersed, like really immersed in one full story completely, and that the twist in Tower of Dawn and even some of the twists and stuff in Empire Storms, if it wasn't ruined for you, like some of it was, you know, just spoiled for me, which I really didn't mind. I think I would have paid more attention, just a bit more closely, to any clues that were dropped for the twist that came at the end of Tower of Dawn. When that twist came, I mean, it was insane, amazing. I loved that I was so surprised, but I kind of wondered if, hey, if I wasn't tandem reading, would I have been able to pick up any subtle clues? But I did enjoy the tandem read totally. I love tons of different points of view and tons of storylines going on at the same time. I think if I reread the series, I will do them separately, just because it's like, okay, I've done the tandem read, now I just want to read each one through, and I already kind of know what happens, so I don't need that. It was a little confusing. I stumbled through like a few chapters, you know, ending at 56, and I should have also read 57 and then realizing it, and, you know, just like things like that. I don't think it really messed up the reading experience that much. And I've spoken to like a few other people when I've like said I'm doing the tandem read, and a lot of them have been like, oh, that would be too much. And I totally get that. And this is your reading experience, so please do not let anyone tell you how you should or should not read a whole series. So yeah, that has been my journey tandem reading the second to last and third to last book in the Throne of Glass series. Oh, I don't know if I should go out and buy Kingdom of Ash or like let myself have a breather a little bit. I still feel like I'm kind of like needing to ramp myself up a little bit to like have my heart ripped open again. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one, and happy reading.